Hey guys, this is Michelle and I wanted us to come in and kind of celebrate what we've been doing all year. Promised y'all I was going to share with you Kason's album for today's class, and that's what I'm going to do. Just want to take a second and thank Misty Thornton for coming in and running today's class. I'm sorry I couldn't be here. I'm actually, when you're seeing this, going to be headed to Atlanta for graduation festivities with Kason. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I want us to go ahead and look at 4 years of high school at GCA with Kason. So this is the album, and I've shared this with you many times. This is the one that I had made from a company, and we actually did this page in class one time. This is the high school page that actually opens up and has the trifold section. And this is in one of the recordings, and I'm going to send out the recordings one day next week to you, so you'll have them all and you can go back and look. Some of these pages may not have been finished, like this one will actually have one of his senior portraits in it here as well as over here. So that's what we started out as an introduction, and this is his freshman year. You can see that I don't have pictures. I did want to share a few things with you on these pages as we look. Notice I've got some embellishments here. This is a little computer since we are a virtual education world. Y'all loved the rub-ons. This is a rub-on. And this I actually pulled from the website and put the logo on here. This was the logo the first year we had it. So it's just makes it personal. And it'll be a really cool page when I go back and add pictures. So this is the year before his freshman year, or the summer before his freshman year. And you can look, we did tear art in several of our classes. This is a day at the beach with some cousins. And we actually used some hemp yarn in here to make the fence post connect. So it's a really cool way to remember your page, and it looks like a beach down, your trip, and it looks like a beach down at the bottom. This was a back to school event with GCA at Jekyll Island at the Tideland Center there. And you can see that we have pictures of his friends there. We actually took some close-ups of some of the activities that we did in the marshes where we went. And then over here I did just a collage of different pictures. We have Tonette Brown, our GCA event coordinator, with us, and several of our GCA administration and teachers, as well as the beautiful landscaping and things that we did while we were there. Also included in his 4 years of high school book, a lot of the trips and things that we did during the year. It's not all about school. So this was where we went to Universal Studios, and it was real fun. It was during their Mardi Gras season there, and had a lot of fun just hanging out. And you can see this is actually a letter from one of Kason's favorite teachers, Miss Carmen Long, and I put this in one of our pocket pages like we did in class, and this can actually be removed and you can actually read it, so it's a really neat way to keep that up. Again, I will go back and add something there too, probably another picture. And this is Kason's, one of the bands he was in. They took some really cool pictures one day, and I just wanted to do a special page with this. And actually, we've had some guys join us in club, and I told y'all my dad did some scrapbooking too, and this is actually a page that he did, and any page he did you can see he signed over here. So this was just a fun page that they did a crappie cat with a guitar across the page for the band. And we spent Thanksgiving in the Smokies this year in 2012, and this is just some pictures from the family and some cutout leaves to give it some color down at the bottom. And that's another page I took out I'm working on. Another trip, we went to Walt Disney World his sophomore year, so I did a page on the Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. And you can see these are really simple pages, but they're really cute, and have a lot of memories there. Riding Mount Everest and just hanging out with Mount Everest in the background and the tree and all that kind of stuff. Then we went to see the fireworks one night, and it was pouring down rain, and these are things, memories that you're going to forget. if you don't have pictures and things to really look at it. And this is him with some of his crazy friends hanging out in the rain, like pouring down rain. You can't even see it in this picture, watching the fireworks. So another fun page that we did and enjoyed. And again, this is Crappie Cats. This is just paper piecing, and a fun way to do it. He also went to Look Up Lodge camp one summer. He's been many summers, but this particular summer. And you know, you can look at, we incorporated a lot of different things, the mud games, his youth pastor at the time, and just a lot of fun activities from there. He went to another GCA event, and where we rode go-karts and hung out with friends. So this was another fun page with the go-karts and paper piecing. Okay, and then sometimes you do these big events and you need several pages, and if you're a senior, you're fixing to experience some of that with prom or graduation or whatever. And this was actually, Kaysen had a Halloween party last year, and so we did several pages on this. And if you look, this looks like one sheet of paper, and it's not. We actually cut 2-inch strips and chalked them. Remember how we used the distressing ink? So we did that, and it made it look like that background. And then we just made some shutters and some giant bats for a really cool effect on this page. Another page of the Halloween party, and some cool little paper piecings that we did here. And also, you know, you notice pictures of a lot of his friends that we included, as many as we could, on here. And another thing you want to remember when you're having these festivities and activities and all that is you want to remember the decorations when you're taking pictures. And so this is the food that we served there and how we served it, you know, the gory little things that we did. And just make a fun page to remember that, so that when you're, you know, looking back years later, you can remember all of your events. Now, on this particular page, I've shown y'all how you can add pictures to a page, and this actually has several pictures in here. I don't want to cut this out when I finish and make sure this is in the order that I want. Then I'll actually slit the page cover over this so that these pictures will actually, you can flip it without moving it. So this is more pictures that we've included of the food and festivities from that night. So just a really cool way to add extra pictures to your layout. And you can see whenever you're using top loader pages, they just slide right in. You have to be careful because, like at this time, I've got pages on the front and the back, and you have to make sure that everything is going in or you're going to mess up your pages. So normally it slides right in there. This does not want to cooperate. So that's okay. We're going to make it cooperate. And then the last page that we did to remember the Halloween, this is more pictures that we did just like I just showed you. But we captured Kaysen and his best friend dressing up, you know, some funny faces, scary pictures, everything we can think of to make some fun memories stand out. This is a page we did in class, a really fun page where we included his schedule, some senior pictures, and some senior paper. We did some tear art and some distressing ink, and then I printed the labels on the computer for a really fun layout to start his senior year. And this is another page we did in class. If y'all remember, Kaysen wrote a song called Handprints. And I wanted to remember this because this was in our old house, and we moved 2 weeks before his senior year, and he wrote the song that was incredible. And so I wanted to remember. It's about the handprints on the wall, and if you look over here you can really see it. So I took the words to the song and printed them out on vellum, printed the picture into an 8x10, and put the words of the song over the handprints, and then put pictures of Kaysen's room where you can see the handprints, him singing when he did the video. And then I actually cut out pictures from the extra 8x10 that I used over here as embellishments. And this is best friends page. Kaysen and his best friend since 2005, I think it was. Anyway, 5th grade. Not 2005 then, but anyway, pictures throughout the year. You can see when they were much, much younger, and then a current picture of them, and just fun times throughout the year. Another fun page, license to drive, when he got his driver's license. And I actually have a copy of that to go here, of the license, and then Speed Zone 17. That's how old he was when he got his license. So just fun ways to journal that too. And just a fun page for his senior year. You know, what different things did he want to do or think about doing, and fun pictures of him with his guitars and that kind of thing. Just a fun page. New ride. I wanted to make sure we got one of his car, and if you notice in here, this is what I was talking about just a minute ago, when some of our pictures, when we put them in, we have to be careful because they get caught and it will mess them up. So I'm glad that showed so you can see that. But just a fun layout to remember his car and the day that he got it. And then last but not least that we have so far is his 18th birthday. And we, you know, use the sewing techniques that I shared with y'all on this page, as well as over here stitching on the page by hand. A lot of people use a machine to scrapbook as well. And then notice I have several pages back here, and that's where all of the graduation festivities, the prom, the graduation day at church, and all of that kind of thing. So I've got plenty of room to do some more pages. So we're not through with his album, but we're getting really close. And so we are, I have really, really enjoyed this year doing the Scrapbook Club. I wish more people would have come, but I really hope that it ignited a fire for scrapbooking, and that you have a great high school experience. Thank you, and have a great summer.